Hello and welcome to another Pioneer video. I'm Tandy, and today we're going to be trying out a new card from MTG Aftermath in Narset Enlightened Exile. 4 mana, 3/4, human monk, legendary creature. Creatures you control have prowess. That adds an extra layer of prowess to things that already have prowess. Whenever Narset Enlightened Exile attacks, exile target non-creature, non-land card with mana value less than Narset's power from the graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So long story short, if you untap with Narset, you get to play a non-creature out of either player's graveyard once it attacks. You can play stuff pre-combat to grow its power toughness so that when it attacks, it can cast a bigger thing. And that's essentially the gist of what we're going to be trying to do today. We have kind of filled the deck with these like low to the ground, mid-range threats to essentially force our opponent to interact with us. We have Ledger Shredder in the 2-drop slot. That's going to allow us to churn through our deck, making a large flyer, as well as fueling things like Treasure Cruise, putting things in the graveyard for Narset to target. I think Ledger Shredder is going to be the easiest way that we win the game. I think Ledger Shredder is just a phenomenal card, and I think you're going to see it shine in the show. We have Third Path Iconoclast as our other 2-drop. This is essentially a lightning rod that needs a removal spell or else it's going to get out of control. This combined with Narset Enlightened Exile means all the 1/1s have prowess, so it kind of acts like a big version of Monastery Mentor. That's kind of what we're doing with Third Path Iconoclast and Narset. I wanted one threat to kind of stand on its own in Ledger Shredder to fuel Treasure Cruise, and I wanted another threat to kind of work with Narset, but also being pretty good by itself. We could go Young Pyromancer instead of Ledger Shredder, but I think that makes Treasure Cruise worse. And the goal, in my opinion, is to make sure that we can cast Treasure Cruise in a timely fashion. The rest of the deck is a lot of the standard Is It Fair that you have come to know and love. 4 copies of Consider and Opt. These 1-mana cantrips are going to help churn through our deck. They trigger Ledger Shredder. They trigger Third Path Iconoclast. They turn on Narset's ability. They turn on Treasure Cruise. It's just the nature of the beast. You play these, you shrink on lands a little bit so that you can play these. And you hit all your procs for casting instants and sorceries. Our removal spell of choice for the 1-drop slot is going to be the Tried and True Fire Impulse. I think this is going to get turned on pretty easily and quickly. And it's going to be an all-star in the strategy against most opponents with creatures. We have 2 copies of Chart of Course. This is going to be something that's really nice within Narset to target. Once you attack with Narset, you get to cast it and immediately draw 2 without any precursor, without having to do anything beforehand. So if your opponent lets you move to combat, you have a Chart of Course in the graveyard. This is money. We have a couple ways to interact with Shieldred that I want to talk about. So Shieldred, generally a problem for Is-It-based decks. We can go super hard on being able to kill it. We can play a bunch of Roast, Destroy Evil, Fires of Victory. We can play tons of that. But I think it's important to kind of mix and match because all of them have their strengths and weaknesses based on specific matchups. So Fires of Victory, for example, once our opponent hits our hand a bunch, this can't kill everything. And at 2 mana, it's going to kill most things, though, which is nice. And a Kicker is going to kill something and draw a card sometimes, but this gets cast for 2 mana probably 90+% of the time. With Treasure Cruise and even Narset to give you more cards, I think we have the ability to keep Fires doing its thing. So I think 1's okay and maybe 2 is better, but we're just going to try 1 for now. We have 1 copy of Destroy Evil, a modal card for Narset that lets us kill an enchantment or kill Shieldred in various spots of the game. I think that a second Destroy Evil is also potentially viable for the main deck. And lastly, for our last thing that can kill Shieldred easily is a Beacon Bolt. So even if our opponent exiles our graveyard, Beacon Bolt still works. This is one of those cards like from one of the Ravnica sets that lets us essentially kill 2 things by just discarding land. But we can Treasure Cruise to our heart's content and still use this proactively to kill things, which I really, really like. Our deck is kind of centered around Narset, but it can easily win the game without it, right? We can win with Third Path, we can win with Ledger Shredder, but we can also just win with Fable the Mirror Breaker, right? Fable the Mirror Breaker is one of the primary reasons I think to play Narset in Enlightened Exile, since it can cast any non-creature, non-land from the graveyard. All we have to do is play 1 instant or sorcery or whatever before we attack, and then we get to play Fable from the grave. I think that that's a pretty powerful ability. Since it makes a copy, the new rules of the copy say that the reflection sees itself on the backside, right? Oh no, you exile and then return to the battlefield. So the double-sided stuff making tokens is a little wonky sometimes, but still playing Fable and getting another 2/2 and getting another Rummage 2, I think is pretty solid. Yeah, I don't know. The Narset Fable interaction now is bugging me. So we'll talk about it if it comes up. Lastly, I want to talk about one last card before we move on to the sideboard. Is it Charm? So I talked a little bit about Narset. It's important to play modal cards when you have a card like Narset. You want things that can interact early in the game and then get a little juiced later in the game, or just have multiple utility points where you can find ways to use the cards no matter what stage of the game you're in. Is it Charm is one of those cards that's a little weak on paper, but the turn where you get to counter a Karn or kill an elf, or counter a Karn, untap, attack with Narset, kill an elf, that to me is the true draw of Is It Charm, and it's better than that. Like, you get to loot 2 sometimes to fuel the treasure cruise. I don't know, it can combo with Fire Impulse to kill Shield Red. It's got a lot of uses, and I think it's good, and I want to try it. As for the sideboard, the card that I want to talk about the most is Showdown of the Scalds. So for 4 mana, you get Chapter 1, exile the top 4 cards of your deck, and then until your next turn, until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards. Chapter 2 is whenever you cast a spell this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So against Rakdos, what's going to happen a lot is that we are going to cast Showdown of the Scalds, exile a bunch of stuff, and then when we untap, we get to kill 1 or 2 creatures, draw some cards, and play a land, and put counters on a Fable, a Ledger Shredder, a TPI, or a Narset. It's an engine card that works really nicely with Narset for a number of reasons. Putting a bunch of counters on it is great. You can maybe even get up to the point where you can cast a Treasure Cruise from the graveyard. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it does, it's going to be super sick. But Showdown is our like enchantment engine draw effect against Rakdos, and it's something I think is going to be really nice for helping us fight that matchup. Second, Beacon Bolt that comes in against Shieldred. Destroy Evil similarly comes in against Shieldred. 3, Mystical Dispute. This is going to be for blue-based interactive decks. 2, Disdainful Stroke, mostly for mono green, but can come in a number of matchups. 3, Rending Volley, mostly for Greasefang, but can come in against White Weenie, mono blue spirits. And then lastly, we're able to play Gigantha. Imagine that. Our deck is just built in such a way where Gigantha is a companion. It's pretty sweet, right? All right, that's the deck. Jeskai, Narset Control. Let's play a league. Keep. Best hand I've ever seen. Easily the best hand I've ever seen in my whole life. I know you're a Ledger Shredder stan, so I'm glad that we're getting to do Ledger Shredder in the gentleman's formats where you get to play Treasure Cruise. Okay, they're Karuging. All right, we got a Karugar over here. Ops. Land? Yes, please. We need that to be able to attack Chart of Course, play another 1-mana thing. Shredder. If they play a thing that kills this, I'm going to scream. Is it weird that I just want to play another Ledger Shredder so that on next turn I can go Chart of Course, hold up Is It Charm? Karuga. So they got to be fires and shit, right? We have to be good against the Hippo? Is It Charm's got to be good against the Hippo. They're never going to double spell. I think Chart into Den is fine. Can I help you? What's up, Jaeger? Jaeger cures depression too. That's what I've learned. Cats are a great tool for being sad. Touch the spirit realm. Oh no. Do not paw me in the face, bro. Spire Bloof. Bro. I'm like kind of scared not to hold up Is It Charm. I'm going to hold the Consider for Shredder plus Consider if I draw an untap land. I feel like I have played this game very poorly. I think I will Is It Charm if they go for a binding, because I get 2 rummages. And Is It Charm's not going to stop too much next turn, I don't think. I really hope we don't get hit with a Verdict. But then we get to maybe Fable and untap. Binding is fine. I'm going to consider and then Impulse. I'll just consider. I'll just opt into turn. I guess I'll get an extra shred. Let's just shred them up. All right, so this one. So I guess I'll go. This one goes last. This one goes first. That way we can guarantee discard Impulse. Now this one can discard a land. Okay. Another Shredder. I don't think I really need another one. It's another binding for Shredder. I guess we get another loot. Okay, now we can go Fable, hold up Is It Charm. Kind of want to hit the land. Maybe I should hold it. This is kind of why I don't love opt and consider with Fable. Because I feel like I should be doing something more proactive with this mana. But in order to make the Young Pyromancers and stuff better, or the Third Path Iconoclast, you gotta make some concessions. Stomp? Should I Is It Charm my own token in response? Maybe I'll opt looking for a Fire Impulse instead if I find it. Main deck Destroy Evil's looking juicy? Yeah. I think Destroy Evil, Disenchants in general are exceptional against binding decks. Alright, let's consider... I'm just going to top and then discard them both. I guess I'll just graveyard it, and then we have more options. I was just going to discard both the Fable. We're going to discard at least Seachrome Coast. I think it's just Seachrome Coast. Narset Enlightened. I'm going to start with 2 TPIs with Is It Charm backup. And then we can Narset as our last thing. Worst case scenario, if they attack with Bone Crusher, we can deal 2 to it and then block with a token. I don't think looting is good because Narset's like our best draw behind whatever. I can just kill this to stop their backside. And then their stomp won't resolve. We'll get 2 tokens. I don't really care if they attack a Bone Man, but this will stop their backside of Bone Man from being viable. And now if they have fires, they can't really do anything this turn with it. And I wasn't really checking the Kurugu very well anyway. So now they're going to buy it, and the next turn is going to be great. But if they tap out for it and don't find an answer to Narset, it could be great. If we ever draw a Treasure Cruise, we'll just kind of chain off like crazy. I'm really hoping they just whiff on an effect that kills Narset here. If they whiff on an effect that kills Narset, we win, I think. Or it's very hard to lose. They've already played 2 bindings. Kurugu does look great there, though, obviously. It needs to be a 3rd binding, I think. Or something like that. All right, tapped lands, good news for us. So we can copy TPI first. Hello there. All right, so all they could do was blink it out for a turn. If we get to come back with it next turn, we're in business. All right, we're gonna attack with this TPI, and then if they want to block, great. We're gonna draw 2 with chart instead of drawing 1. If we draw red source fire impulse, we can use it to kill the Karuga if we want. Cruise off the top just once. Oh my. All right, so Narset's going to come back. Let's hope that they don't have a sweeper. I don't know that their deck plays Supreme Verdicts. We can, if they, I mean, we have another Narset now too. This looks really good for us. They're on Claire and Cyborg. Got it. Enigmatic. Okay, so this is probably bad. They can steal our Narset. They got to give us back a Shredder. So we can play Narset. So they steal Narset. We play Narset before attacks. We cruise. We try to pump our whole team and attack with a big sweeping board. And we get our Ledger Shredder back from the ley line. They could also maybe Dragon Lord Tarka. If it's just Titan of Industry, we're clean living. Probably Atraxa. If it's Atraxa, that's great news. All right, they're going to steal our Narset. That's fine. We'll play our own again. All right, we'll discard Consider. I think we just keep everything. Jesus Christ. Is there a button that auto-stacks triggers, chat? Does anybody know what it is? All right, so it's yield to this, 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 yield to this. Okay. Used to be F7. I can look at the thing. We can also attack, get a treasure, and get an extra mana. Let's see. Top. All right, so we'll get this treasure. I'm gonna destroy toughness. I'm gonna kill the Narset, I think. Well, this is our first game with the deck, and it looks pretty fucking rad to me, chat. They got 4 blockers. They all have to block. So they're going to trade here, jump here, take 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Okay, so they're dead. Cool. It stacks like triggers. I see. Just concede? Me or opponents? Please, not me. I'm winning. Depression cured! Stroke in, evil, disputes. I don't know if I need showdown, but maybe I do. We'll cut fire impulse for sure. We need 6 out. The fires is okay. Maybe fires and beacon bolt can go though. Something like this. Okay, I guess I'll keep this hand. Not in love. Is what it is. We can play this on red because we already have white. Song brings you back. This song crushes me, man. The music video fucking owns me. I know that sounds cheesy or whatever. Just dude walking on a beach singing about a girl he loves and how she just reminds him of the stars. Nice. I had a cat in my face pawing me a minute ago. It's not quite the same, but it's close. To something beautiful. For you, I bleed myself dry. For you, I bleed myself dry. Fable of our own. Force them to sweep us. No need to offer a trade. Oh, Jesse. Okay, so that's probably a redundant fires. That means that they probably need mana, but they have fires already. I kind of want to trade. I think I'm just going to take it, though. If they play something that's not that scary, we can just destroy evil it more than likely. Any enchantments, fires. So if they don't sweep us. If they do, we'll just blow up the fires with destroy evil. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so now we can go TPI number 2 and then destroy evil. And then save Shredder for later, maybe? Alright, we kind of need the lands. What if I have to discard stuff for Treasure Cruise? It just has to happen. It's definitely not both threats. Maybe they just went with this already. So they played the 4th land. Maybe fires. Maybe Destroy Evil doesn't need to hit the fires, but it does keep Macro Sage under or in check for a turn. But we have Mystical Dispute for that. So maybe it's Ledger Shredder goes and the land goes, and I hope I hit a land. All right, we're gonna get battered. I think that was probably a punt, but I was trying to figure out the best way to fuel Treasure Cruise, keep the right tools for the job. Maybe it was discard nothing, and then go land TPI blow up fires. But now if they buy Karuga and play it, we can Mystical Dispute the Karuga, which is why I felt okay kind of tapping low for this turn. But maybe it should have just been Shredder all along instead of TPI. Since it gets big and... Although it is worse against all the exile removal for sure. Such a Spirit Realm. Okay. Alright, they played this tapped, so now Dispute on the Krug is great. I kind of want to just play Narset next turn and ignore the fires. No, I don't. I'm gonna go and destroy evil that, say go. If they offer a trade with the reflection, I'll probably do it. But now we have stroke for their next big play. Could have destroyed evil and held up dispute. Yeah, you're probably right. That's probably better. Well, they should have definitely done that and then copied and attacked it. I think I just have to Hail Mary the Narset. This is a bold play, but I have to be able to destroy evil, the reflection, or else I'm going to lose. So I got to give them a turn, I think, with the shields down. They're going to be able to attack and play a 7-drop here, though, so maybe that's bad. But I don't know. Maybe it's just Shredder hold up stroke. I think I played this game just badly in general. Wonder if Troy Evil should have been on reflection? Maybe. It's very difficult sometimes to get back into the game against fires if they have anything that says draw card. Because they just get to double spell through your counter spell sometimes. But I wouldn't be surprised if you were right. They discarded nothing. I think I'm going to trade for the token reflection. That way they can't make copies anymore with this one. Shoku Yuki, that is a service I offer for 2 gifted subs, or a $5 donation, or a channel point redemption. All right, we got to stroke this, and then next turn we'll go for a cruise, look for a way to deal with the reflection. If we get hit with Mystical Dispute there, I was going to be big sad. What's up, RV? All right, so let's exile the whole graveyard so we can just do it for 1 mana. We don't need double white, so we can just do it for 1 here. All right, so let's play the Narset and hope for the best. We get a little looty. Discard Seachrome. I don't think there's any reason to opt now. So I'll play my land tapped. We'll play a little defense against the reflection chain if they want to go that route. Very little reason to attack for 1 when we can prevent 2 damage. I guess maybe holding up opt for the prowess was good in case they did something weird. Okay, this is only bad if they play like something they can copy a bunch. Attacking with a bunch of tutus here is like not very scary. Well, they sacked all their treasures, so now they can't even play agent. So they might have had 7th land and then drew agent. I'm gonna prevent some damage. This is a little dangerous because of stomp, but I think we're in dire straits so that we kind of have to block and protect our life total. They're putting us in a bind. If I don't block with a Narset, maybe I have a shot. I don't know. I just think that I'm like too far behind. All right, I'm gonna discard Disputes. I don't think I'll need the land, but I might need the extra counter on the Shredder. And counter spells are kind of duds here. I need to find essentially 1 removal spell right now for one of the reflections, or else I'm in trouble. Well, that's pretty good. All right, so let's start with opt because it just reduces the cost of the cruise a bit. Bottom. Discard the land here. Is it Charm's pretty good drop? Graveyard the land. So we could just Treasure Cruise next turn, right? So we go TPI, kill a Reflection. And then we just wait for them to target. Alright, we'll just kill one of these, though. And we'll just use the token and the Ledger Shredder to potentially do some checking of the Bone Crushers. Next turn we can cruise for 1. Well, this is terrifying. Now I really need to draw Destroy Evil. So they can give haste to everything and attack with it. That gives trample as well. Let's see how they attack. We'll probably take 5 from Kinnereth, maybe double block on the Bone Crusher. So we can also, maybe there's a chance we should block this with everything, because they kill these, leave us with a token. I think that this is just a fine block, though. We'll take 9 down to 3. So we lose the Ledger Shredder, but we keep the TPI. We're just going to have to draw Destroy Evil or something for the Kinnereth, or else we're dead. Card is just very strong. Well, that's good. Wonder if there was a chance we could kill. I'm going to attack for 2 with the TPI. They want to trade, that's fine. We'll go Destroy Evil this, and then Shard to draw 2. I have to kill this. This trample is going to beat me up if I don't. Destroy Evil's looked awesome so far. I really want to play 2 main deck, I think, now. Shame we couldn't free Narset. Yeah, but we can maybe draw the second copy or something soon. Alright, so let's draw 2, and then we'll Hinge Gate and play Shredder, probably. We could have played around Clarion, I suppose. But we're out of the mud. Next turn we can buy and play Gigantha. Yeah, we always think about it like 1 second too late. I'm like, oh wait, they have Clarion in their deck. Maybe I shouldn't. Alright, we're going to play Gigantha over Cruise and stuff. This is simply because this is a guaranteed threat. And Cruise can just get a lot of air, and then we don't get to use our mana that well. Potentially. I'm not saying that this is 100% right. 1 mana Cruise, Consider, and stuff could all be better. But those only cost 1, whereas Gigantha costs 8. And so if I just deploy 5/5, that essentially dictates the pace of the rest of the game for our opponent. Nice. Get to untap. Cruise begets Cruise. They're really out of gas. I mean, that's the hope, right? We've had to fight through 3 Fables, 2 Fables. I don't know. Alright, so let's attack. I don't want to go to 1. I do want to try to kill next turn, though, so we will go ahead and play Fable. Oh, I should have done this pre-combat. I missed the damage. I guess I'll hold the land because of the Fable. Alright, here you go. Great game. Yeah, it's been a really fun match so far. Just another Clarion. Cycle Catcher Triumph. You love to see it, chat. You love to see Cycle Catcher Triumph. Binding? Okay. Post combo is better if they have binding, though? That's fair. See, I don't think about that kind of thing, but maybe my sleeping brain thinks about that kind of thing. I will definitely discard just the Steam Vents. Alright, so let's attack with these two, see what they do, if anything. I'm going to play TPI. I'm not sure. Maybe I should wait. We're so few cards left in deck. But if they play something bad, we may need to go fucking ballistic. So let's go opt first. Let's see if we can find something cool. I want to find, like, counter spells. We might find Treasure Cruise. I haven't played a land yet. Den of the Bugbear is quite nice there as a land. So we want, like, Disdainful Stroke or similar. Charter Course is good. Charter Courses look great. Okay, so we'll play Den. We'll hold up Dispute. It's a good draw. It saves us from all the 7 drops. And I think we can beat basically everything else. Keepsies. So we'll hold up opts. I don't need to save an opt. I want to hit my land drops. Island. Mausoleum Wonder. Alright, I'm going to kill this fucker. People are so petty. You literally just click OK, you know? Let's do TPI and really fuck them up. If we draw a land, we can go crazy. Shredder plus opts. But Shredder is very good defensively in the matchup. But getting TPI lets me swarm them. Go? Alright, Shredder plus opt next turn. Still good if we draw the land. If not, maybe opt into another removal spell. I'm going to attack. If they want to trade with TPI, I'm pretty okay with it, I think. And then I'm just going to play Ledger Shredder on defense. Okay. I thought they were going to main phase Mystical Dispute me. Or main deck Mystical Dispute me. I was about to be big sad. Well, I'm going to block. Let's opt. Eat the graveyard. That's fine. We'll attack with 2 soldiers. Use this to block here. Next turn we'll play Narset. Alright. Looking pretty good against Spirits. Play Rending Volleys come in. Mystical Disputes come in. Getting both of these cards against them is huge. I don't think Destroy Evil is very strong. Is a Charm's great. Charter Course can maybe go. I can maybe cut all the Narsets. I don't think that they're... So, like, they can't kill my stuff, but if they 1-mana Mystical Dispute me, that's pretty bad. This means also I don't need white, which is nice. I want the other beacon bolts. Not really. Any interaction might be good, though. Let's just keep it like this. They mold to 6. We'll keep. I'm not in love with this hand, but it's okay. We can maybe find some removal with the considers. And we might have more than a turn to find them. Especially if they're just afraid of removal or whatever. Hey. Thanks for the follow. Alright, Carolina, tell me your favorite magic card so I know you're not a bot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chats. Might be getting botted. Alright, let's go for consider. Another land is dog shit. I'm gonna say go because alright, bang. We'll go for running volley on the Phantom instead of the fire impulse. Can you give me some of your precious time? Jesus Christ. The bots are just so dumb, dude. Can you give me some of your precious time? Who writes that shit? Alright, we're gonna buy Gigantha. They're not really putting us under that much pressure. If they go for they're low on blue, so if they go for Curious Obsession or something, we can maybe hammer them. Down on a rodeo clown. Alright, so we'll take this and we'll go Pathway on red since we don't need. Next turn, we'll discard 2 Hallowed Fountains. Well, Dolan Mullen, if you come in the chat and you say hi as first, like the first time chatter thing is a very nice buffer. That's all I can really say about it. You can kind of tell based on their first message and their username, and that's why I asked. I wasn't sure, but you ask and then the response is, "Sweetie, can you give me some of your time? Sweetie, can you give me some of your time?" Keep, I guess, but not stoked about it. Probably got to play this on blue. We'll just play this tapped. Light total might matter. Hopefully we don't draw 3 fast lines in a row or whatever. Foretell into the exile zone. TPI is a pretty good draw. If they kill this, then we'll just Fable. So Foretell, to me, can be a couple things. It's probably... I mean, I guess it's maybe Chandra Beacon Bolt, or Beacon whatever, with Alrons. You can't see the exiled card, it's a bug, but they have a foretold card. Well, it could be a like 1 or 2 of Behold the Multiverse in Creativity, or Gear Hulk. Play this on blue since we already have white. I'm going to just cast Fable here before I attack. That way, if they have a counterspell, we still get the token. If they have an ambush blocker of some kind... Divide by 0. Alright. Next turn, we can go attack first, chart, hold up as a charm. I really like that for next turn. So they discard Chivalry to draw. So they're doing that instead of getting something from the sideboard. This one's hard to read, yeah. Volcanic Spite. How's the deck been feeling? Pretty darn good so far. Really smooth. Mana's working. Spells all nice and harmonic. Kind of want to just play Narset. I think I'm going to draw 2. I want to just hold up Charm. Behold. I'm going to counter this. Seems like a pretty good spot to counter. You get got by saw it coming all the time? Nice. Another Foretell, probably still Behold. So now I think I'll go for Narset and hope they don't have the Make disappear. Alright, I didn't come to the party not to play Narset, so let's fucking cast it. Call my name. Whoa, it resolved? Let's go. That was going to be hard for them to beat, I think. Put 2 on bottom, so they're in desperation mode. Alright, so Volcanic Spite plus something else makes sense, I guess. Could have maybe held up the Opt. Oh no, I couldn't. I had to play tap land. Alright, so let's attack. We'll play Fable. Maybe play Seachrome Coast, hold up 2 things. Divide? Okay, let's see what they go get now. Teachings of the Archaics. Alright. So maybe just draw 2. I hope they don't get it down to 3. If it's their last card, they can draw 3. Alright, so just a draw 2, that's good. They blow their own. Okay, so now we go discard land, maybe an Opt, maybe whatever we draw. TPI. Okay, so let's discard just the land. I don't think they'll have a sweeper, so I think I'm just going to spew my hand. All right, here you go. Narset is just so explosive. She sticks around. She has yet to attack. But the prowess ability's been good, and the threat has been good. Right? I'm able to leverage other threats because they're so... like, it's so imperative that they deal with the Narset. I mean, they even took 2 spells, right? Spikefield plus Volcanic Spite. I don't really care about Fables. Alright, we'll go EOT, kill both blockers, untap, Shredder plus Consider. This puts them to 1. Can I find a way to deal damage? I don't think I have anything in my deck that deals damage. Fires, oh, victory. I'll put them to 1. And now when they flip this, we have a removal spell for it. I kind of want to cruise for 2, but that leaves me vulnerable to Spell Pierce on my fires. So I think I'll just wait. I have to kick the fires, actually. Never mind. Not if I cast the cruise, but... I chose not to discard. Play Otawara. 1, 2, 3, 1. 7 mana Auron's Epiphany. It's not one I've seen too much in the deck. We're gonna kill this in response. We'll draw the card and then it'll kill it. We have a check on the birds with Ledger Shredder. We got a check on the hall with some tokens. And we're currently fading. I mean, I don't really know what's happening. I wonder what they're doing. Like, so maybe they're not creativity. That makes sense. They're probably just not creativity. They're just blue-red Epiphany. So I don't have to be as scared, I guess, of the targeting stuff. Okay, so assume no... I'm just going to assume that they're not creativity. Bacon Bolt can go. I think Shredder's okay. I think most of the impulses are fine to go. Destroy Evil killing just Fable seems kind of meh. I think I can bench it. Maybe trim an impulse. I like the charms. I like most of the threats. I like chart. The draw effects. Is this another matchup where I should side out Narset? I don't think we need Showdown. It's not really about that. It's not really about Thought Seizes. I'm going to trim some impulse. I don't like cutting all of them. Because Fable tokens are just really fucking annoying. Yeah, all the impulses could go. I think I like 2 just to kill Fable tokens. Alright, so this might be a hold opt until I can get Ledger Shredder down turn. We drew another opt, so no longer the case. Bottom of the land. Nice. Hall is okay. Be really good later. We're gonna go TPI. Or no, let's go Shredder. Shredder doesn't die to a bunch of the red removal. And if they have the Mystical Dispute, I'd rather them hit that. Next time we go TPI and make a token. We'll just try to overload them with threats. Rending Volley. Okay. So now we can go third path plus opt. No Fable is great news for me. They have another counterspell for this. Not a lot I can do. We'll go for Narset next turn, probably. I hope you're miserable. Alright, so we'll attack first and then we'll play Narset. Probably. The only thing that could change that would maybe be Fable. No counterspell, please. I hope you're miserable until you're dead. I'm very happy about a Shark Typhoon for 1. Now, if they untap and go fucking Creativity for 1 and get a Traxa, I'm going to be sad. Because then I just misread the matchup. Jawari Disruption. Nice. They're doing that and they drew that for the turn, I guess. Attack for 1. If they tap out for a shark, it means that I have more information. Maybe I should put sharks in my sideboard for matchups like this. I'm going to pretend like I have an interaction here. If it's divide, shark make disappear. Okay. That's fine. It's countered. Here you go. Alright, so now I can consider and then cruise. Let's try it. Nice, let's go. Next time we can go Shredder Fable, push towards another cruise. Five mana. Cycle Shark for 3. Don't love that. Why would they main phase that? Probably gonna discard a land. We don't really need to grow the Shredder yet. It's likely to die no matter what, and they have very little incentive to attack because of the Goblin Shaman. So I can wait a turn to grow this and keep my chart a course. We should counter. I think it's. I guess it's Fable, hold up, dispute. Oh, that's why you're right. That's why they're doing it, so they could hit a land drop if it was tapped and play the Chandra. They probably have Chandra stuck in hand. That's a good call. Hopefully we don't get fucking killed. Another Cycle Shark Typhoon. Scary. Now they can maybe attack. Sweet deck, thanks, Sneaky. Alright, we'll discard Hinge Gates. We're gonna attack just so we can charge to draw 2. And then we can still hold up Charm Dispute for their big follow-ups. I don't really want to burn a Charm on a token, but I might, depending on what I draw. Okay, now I will. And I'm gonna I might loot away Fable. I'm gonna loot away Chart. Alright, here we go. And now we have their board checked and we have... No! No, I'm so bad! Oh, I'm gonna get fucked by Chandra so bad. Maybe not. Maybe they won't play it. Thank God. For some reason, I thought I could dispute their payoff, but if it's Chandra, I can't. Yeah. I think I might have to shock, so I can go double disputes. Pay 1 for the red card, and then 1 for the blue card. Is this Hullbreaker Horror? Am I fucked? Fuck. Alright, we're gonna hit a red source. I feel it. Now, like, half our red sources in our tapped. Maybe I should have mulliganed. I had faith. Fucking color screwed. Sucks. Reveal Gigantha. Alright. Summoner's pretty good. Keep. What a disappointing end to that match, huh? I guess I should have just mulligan. I figured I'd draw a red source in the top, I don't know, 5 or 6 looks. Recruitment officer. Alright, well, gonna need to draw some interaction here. A turn 2 threat would be good as well. TPI or whatever can help. We'll just play consider digging for removal. Oh, yeah. Never seen that one in my life. Another land. Need interaction. Can't beat Thalia game 1. Losing the die roll, not having removal in our opener. Imagine open deckless tournaments, chat, where I can know what my opponent's playing and mulligan a hand like this against aggro. I am fine with that in theory, but I just can't fucking stand playing Magic all the time without that information while testing for tournaments where you have that information. It's just frustrating. All right, you win. All right, Running Volley, Bacon Bolts. I like Is a Charm. We can maybe trim on the charted courses. I think Destroy Evil is also fine because they have enchantment removal. We could cut Fables. I know that sounds weird. Maybe we trim Opt. Some number of Opt I think is okay to trim. Just because Thalia putting that tax on the card draw just makes it so much worse. First 2 matches were fun. Third match, not fun. Fourth match, not fun. We'll graveyard the cruise. We don't need it. Land's pretty good, especially one that doesn't deal us damage. Bloodsuck Champion. Black-White Humans, huh? I do not think Grim Climb Pathway should be in their deck, but I would have to see more of it to make a final assessment. We'll play Shredder over TPI just because it blocks better. Copper Code Vanguard. Well, fuck. At least it's each other, so we can just bake and bolt it. 1-mana removal spell would be kind of cool as well. We got a reader. Let's force them to have something. Next turn we can go Shock, TPI, Destroy Evil if they play Adeline this turn. Another Copper Codes. Bummer. Getting our ass beat. Guess I can just Aftermath it or whatever. Or jumpstart it. These Destroy Evils are kind of bad looking. Does this deck have the new Jirina? My opponent's deck? I don't know. I assume so. Shock on 4 is terrifying. It's probably 2/2 drops though. Jirina my graveyard. Great. Awesome. The other ability is sack it, creatures go to gain next, move indestructible until turn. Also cool. Opponent's deck looks fucking awesome. I take it back. I'm in trouble. Alright, well, we get to loot. I'm gonna discard Destroy Evil, probably. And then we can block Blood Soaked easily now. Thank you so much. They should have done this first, attacked, and then played this. Now TPI gets to dominate. I wonder if I should consider in response to the Ledger Shredder in case I draw land to discard. Okay, that's fine. Fable on top. I just want to fuel the cruise. I know it's not that bad or whatever, but... Alright, loot on this. We'll pitch the land. I think this being a 2/4 is good enough for now. Let's keep playing defense. We draw a land next turn naturally, we can go TPI Cruise. Otherwise, we'll probably just play Cruise. If I draw something else to play TPI, I'll go TPI, play the thing. And then next turn I'll Cruise. I don't even really think they can attack, at least not profitably. The tokens are great here for trading up. We can just put a token here and a token on the Adeline, Ledger Shredder on the Copper Code, or some combination of that. Push on the TPI post-combat. Wow, I did not expect that. They should have done an upkeep, probably. I don't know. They also probably should have killed Ledger Shredder. This doesn't make any sense. You like to play this right now? Yeah. You, I think that you'd be very into my music if you like this song. This song is extremely my shit. Alright, force discard. Throw the Shredder. Draw some cards. I will say go. We have the ability to fires the Copper Coat here. I don't really want to burn the fires since we can kick it next turn, maybe. But we can kill the Copper Coat at will. I love that Jirina exiled my graveyard and I was still able to cruise on turn 5. Blood-soaked champion. Sure. Falls Lieutenant. Alright, we'll loot. Kind of want to get this up to a 4/6. We can kill the Copper Coat and block. Oh, wow, that's so sick. Let's discard a land. And then we'll kill Adeline. I don't think we have to pay the 1, right? Because it can't be countered. So can someone check? Pretty sure. So it's just like, let's go target, so I'm going to counter space 1. Okay, can't be countered. No. No. Sometimes I get fucked by rules like that, and I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100%, and I make a play based on my understanding or whatever, and just get dunked on. Alright, so now TPI should check this really well. They don't have trample. We have fires we can kick to kill the Copper Coat. Alright, so we'll draw the card, it'll deal 3. Then they're left with a bunch of shitters that don't do anything. Play Spire Bluff. Alright, I'm going to attack with... These can't block. So I think 3 of these is fine. Could maybe find an attack with Shredder as well. Maybe Shredder and 1 token or something. They found Vanishing Verse! Fuck! Alright, we'll just block. They have 2 dead mana, so there's no reason to trade. I'm just gonna Fable, maybe Slam with TPI as well. I shall start with Consider. Give us a better idea of how to use our mana. If we draw Narset, we'd rather do that than Fable, probably. Alright, I'm gonna kill the Lieutenant and attack with everybody for 5. Okay. Do we want any more ops back on the draw? The Destroy Evils... It seems like the removal is push and verse, not ossification or whatever, so we'll just cut the destroys. I know that they can kill Adeline and large things, but it was really bad in that game. Without enchantments to target, I think it's rather unplayable. No blue hands. Dangerous for sure. But we have Rending Volley, so I'm into it. Plus, I have a feeling we're just not going to get fucked this time. Hey, we didn't get fucked. Let's see what... If they just attack first, that's almost 100% Athalia. And I'll probably Rending Volley the Recruitment Officer. Copper Coat. Alright, we'll still just kill this, and then we'll... Is it Charm the Copper Coat? Is it Charms actually look decent in a number of situations, so pretty happy with that include. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Weasel. I haven't actually done it yet, though, which is awkward. Alright, so now we can play Shredder, make it a 2-4 with an Ops. Okay, so these are kind of protecting each other, but... I'm gonna go for a TPI instead. If they go for Adeline... I don't think I'm going to block TPI and Jarina because of the Bodyguard. Alright, we'll play Ops. Narset use a haste effect, maybe? Yeah, we're trying it more in a control shell with like TPI and other things to generate with prowess and treat it more like a control finisher. I think I'll keep that. It seems fine. Alright, so this is dead. We can check Dauntless Bodyguard with the Soldier. Jarina gonna get in for 2, gonna put us to 14. Alright, 6 down to 10. That's troublesome. Troublesome. Well, now I can maybe go Shredder Fires. Nice, we don't have to deal ourselves damage. I think getting our bird up is important, and I want to keep the Fable, so we'll discard the Ops. Alright, let's hope they don't have another way to stop the Shredder. If they have Adeline, they can make both things survive a single block from Shredder, but we can maybe double block Lieutenant. And then if they want to save it, they have to sack Gina. Vanishing Verse, tilt, man. We'll offer the trade with Lieutenant if they do. I'll take the 3 from this for now. Maybe double block it next turn with the Fable. Then turn the Sacred Foundry and whatever dead draw we do in the next 2. I'm going to main phase Consider, I think. In case we draw 1 mana removal. Or land, we can just hold it. Alright. We'll just say go. Discard these 2 lands looking for action next turn. No attacks. What you got? Thalia Guardian, okay. Maybe should have played that pre-combat, but I guess I would just trade Goblin here. I would discard Seachrome, Sacred Foundry, keep Hingegate. Delve through the Thalia so we get the potential to still play a 1-mana removal spell. And we found it. Do we play Ledger Shredder instead, though? I think so. Ledger Shredder can check the Thalia's Lieutenant if we need it to. If they have a... I guess if they have a removal spell, we're just in the same boat that we were last turn. Minus a creature, so we take some damage. Copper Coat. Okay. 3 mana first strike. This is pretty tough block. We have to just trade here for here, I think. Take this. Okay, so I'm not going to lose everything. We'll double block here. We'll chump here, take 3. We'll lose probably Shredder over Goblin. How's Fable felt in the shell? It's felt okay. Better in this version than my other Jeskai 8PZ deck. Mostly because the young PZ made us too threat dense. And essentially cutting it for Ledger Shredder means that we can churn for Treasure Cruise a bit better. And we're not vulnerable to the same types of interaction from our opponents. So we take 3, down to 4. Alright, so now we just say go, and we go Impulse and Rending Volley. Okay. So what do we do now? So they it's like a collapsing thing. Jurina protects things. We can Impulse that first. It's going to cost us 3, and then we can Rending Volley something else. But then we have to take 2 from Copper Coat. Maybe we... So I guess we just start with... See how they attack. They might not attack with Copper Coat. Okay. So we have to take 2 from this and just kill these 2, I think. Alright, so now they'll sack. And then now we kill Thalia. And don't care. And then we take 2 from the Copper Coat. Then we untap, we play Fable. But this will have Indestructible, so there's no reason to trade. We'll just take the damage. And then next turn we can Fable. We have Reflection. We can maybe buy Gigantha if we draw the land. I think going to 2 is okay. I'm going to buy Gigantha and hold the land. Yeah. I don't think it's worth not buying the Gigantha to hold up activation of the Reflection. When I block the 2/2, it had Indestructible from the Jurina sack ability. And if I do, then I just save 2 damage for essentially nothing. They bottlenecked us in a way where we kind of had to do that. It was a little awkward. Definitely down to trade. We can play this 5/5. Discard these 2 lands. Okay, so let's kill the Copper Coat. Or should we? Maybe we just play Narset. Neither of these have... Let's see. I guess We'll just say go. Could have copied and attacked with the free mana from the shaman. What if I didn't want to attack? I'm at 2. What if I don't want to attack? Alright. We'll keep. Pretty raunchy looking hand, but it is what it is. Consider saves all. Alright, Doom's on a mull to 5, but we have potentially a long game ahead of us. Godless Shrine. Ah, it's this shit again. Alright. Graveyard. Alright, we're gonna main phase probably, unless we draw something to change that. Okay, that changes that. We'll go and just get Ledger Shredder down. More black-white humans. Maybe it's the new deck. Maybe someone 5-0'd with it, and that's why everyone's in on it. Dire Tactics have been called. Well, Narset next turn, looking pretty good there. Definitely going to take the 2 from this. I'm hoping they don't go Adeline into another removal spell for Narset. I'll be happy if that is the case. General Kudrow. Okay, exiles something in the grave. Now I kind of want to block. I think I'm going to, actually. This is going to stall them pretty for a while. And keeps me ready to fuel the treasure cruise. It's just a lot of damage to just take. Plus, if they want to get the Bloodsoak Champion back, they have to clear the Narset first, which could be difficult. Alright, we'll take 8. I really need to draw something good here. I guess we can Dire Tactics, huh? First time getting to attack with it. Get the Kudra out and pay the 1. And we don't even lose life. Alright, we'll deal 2 here. We can take a hit here. And then untap Cruise and maybe deploy some more defense. If they attack us down to 4, that's fine. If they attack us for 2 and Bloodsoak Champion, that's also fine. If they play a creature from hand, that's great. Alright, so we exile our graveyard. So much fucking graveyard exile just in the main deck these days. None of my cards work! None of my cards work, dude! Watching boats kind of fun. I bet. Nice! Play Gigantha. We're just going to keep playing defense for a turn. Next turn, we'll go chart before combat, attack, chart with Narset again to draw 2. Alright, so now they're just going to activate. That's fine. Alright, we're going to bury them now. They might be dead. Or have to chump block everything. I really wish Narset just had give all your creatures +1/+1. Giving everything prowess is just kind of silly with these things. Might be discarding the cruise here just to get nah. Alright, so this is a forced block if I attack with Narset Gigantha. I think that's fine. And then we'll just go chart, draw 2. And now I just kind of hope we draw 1-mana interaction here. Because they can go block, block, sack. We can't play a blocker. So they go block here, sack, prevent 1, then they activate. Okay. Could die here easily. Narset's aggressive get to attack with it? Yeah. It's very hard to get to attack with, though. That's the... I've only attacked with it a handful of times in the whole league. Playing 3, that seems somewhat ridiculous. It just goes to show you how efficient every competitive Pioneer deck is, right? They're just very good at interacting. What'd they reveal? Hopeful Initiate? They didn't drop Brutal Cathar. That's the thing that would have killed me straight up. Let's see. They can play land, activate 2 Mutavaults, and play a Lord. But we know one of their 2 cards is just Hopeful Initiate. Okay. It's not Thali's Lieutenant. It is with Thali's Lieutenant. So they're going to activate Mutavault first. Okay, so we'll block here. We're dead? Wow. So they could have killed us. They didn't. Alright, so we can 2-4 here, 2-2 here. Yeah. We'll discard Shredder, Steam Vents. TPI. Now we get to go Gangbusters. Might even be able to cast our Treasure Cruise from the yard. I doubt it. Need one more land to have lethal. If he just animated Mutavault, he attacks with only 3 creatures. No, 3 3/3s, and I have 2 blockers. Oh, okay, yeah, it wasn't lethal. I'm dumb. Callie would say you're cute though. Running volley in. Destroy evil out. Couple ops out. Beacon Bolton. Got a chart. I'm gonna keep. Oh, we do have red. I'm stupid. All right, we have everything. For some reason, my brain didn't register this as a mountain. What's up, champion? Okay. Whenever I play an aggressive deck and my opponent leads with Hall of the Storm Giants, and after I play a 1-drop, I just know that I'm in business. All right, so we found the piece of interaction that we wanted. I think I just say go. They could have a piece of protection for the Thalia, so maybe I should main phase it, but I don't know. On the play, 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, Bloodsoaked Thalia, Adeline is just so hard to beat. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this. If they have another one, that's fine. If they play anything else, I'll probably just go Shock Bacon Bolt, kill it. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, Count's Exile too, baby. Let's go. Count's Bacon Bolt, let's go. No, my Bacon Bolt! No, my Bacon Bolt, no! We'll play TPI. 1-1. Now, there's a chance I want to discard this Fires of Victory. I'm just going to discard the land, though. The Treasure Cruise... Actually, I probably should have discarded one of the backup cruises. The extra land is pretty weak, but the extra counter on here is good. I think I'll offer the trade here. And this also can protect. If they go Adeline, we actually have a decent block lined up. Probably just giving you Whiplash. Look, just enjoy the vibes, you know? Just relax. Enjoy the vibes. Kudrow. All right, I think I need to block. Maybe not. I think I just take it. Go to 4. Yeah, we have to keep our TPI alive so we can play defense. All right, so let's go Shredder. Oh, no, I fucked up. I messed up. I should have bacon bolted, or I should have fires first. If fires was like lightning strike or something, it would be better. Play badly. Play badly. If I go fires first on the Kudro, they probably just sack Jarina anyway. But I think that's okay as well, right? If they have another Lord effect, we're in a lot of trouble. I can do some chumping, some double blocking maybe. Double block on Jarina is nice, chump blocking Kudro's okay, or vice versa. Next turn we can play Cruise for 5. We can play it for less if we lose a creature somewhere to Fatal Push or whatever, trades in combat. But the goal here is just to have TPI last as long as possible, I think. Because every spell I play is just -3 damage. Copper Coat's very scary. Alright, so we have to block with TPI now. If they sack the... Oh, I should have swapped these two. That way, if they use this to protect Kudro, I get to keep. Alright, let's play Narset and hope we get to untap. Oh, I definitely should have swapped those because this would have had 2 damage on it. Alright, so we have to block here and eat here? Or do I just trade? Like, getting to untap with the Narset is pretty cool, but if I'm down a threat, I guess I get to attack and kill something, but then I don't have a blocker. Makes my cruise worse too. Alright, let's trade. I kind of have to trade, I think. Pretty good, huh? I think we win now. Fable's pretty good for next turn, I think. We could have discarded, I guess. Yes! The concession. The 4-1. The Jun 5-0. With a brand new archetype, chat. Isn't that exciting? Isn't this exciting? Beating top tier streamers with our brews? Featuring new cards? Isn't that such a wonderful feeling? We didn't get the trophy. We didn't play against Rakdos, so we didn't get to see Showdown. But here's the things I like. Let's go over what I liked and what I didn't like, okay? Here we go. So Consider and Opt work really nicely with TPI, Narset, Ledger Shredder, Treasure Cruise. They don't really work that well with Fable. But I think in this build, we're kind of bridging the gap between early cycling stuff and late game treasure cruising. And Fable actually helps on a number of different sides of that. Being a trigger for TPI is good. An extra threat so we can have higher threat density against Rakdos. Just giving us a way to discard extra lands as the game progresses. Treasure Cruise really needs some way to turn extra lands into fuel for other things. Chart, of course, Ledger Shredder helped do that as well. But I think that Fable just does it the best. And because it is so free, right? The 3-mana 2/2 with the attack ability, the loot 2, the backside, all for a 3-mana package works really fluidly into the deck. And I'm really liking the build that we had today. I just think that at this point, all we need to do is kind of move some numbers around, maybe try some different utility or card draw, maybe have some different sideboard cards. But the core looks really good. The mana felt pretty great. I had one game where I got stuck without red mana, but I should have probably mulliganed that hand. But almost every other game was pretty fluid. So this combination of a little bit of pathways, a little bit of shock lands, a little bit of fast lands, a little bit of creature-based lands, all kind of lead to a harmonious interpretation of a Jeskai mana base where almost all of your lands enter untapped. And normally that would really punish you against an aggressive deck, but we beat at least 2 aggressive decks. I think we beat 3 different aggressive decks. And so if that's the case, if our lands aren't entering tapped and we're not taking too much damage so that we're losing to aggro, that's the perfect place to be with a 3-color mana base. So I'm very happy with how the mana base looks compared to the spells. If we add more white spells, we're going to have to add more white sources. But for now, I think 10 is fine since we have, ops and considerers and ways to dig for it so that we can hit it later. That's it, man. I don't know. The deck felt really good. I would make maybe a few changes, but I'm not really sure yet. I got to decompress. I might write about this deck this week on my Patreon. I think that it could be a nice topic of conversation, and I think we're pretty close. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm Tandy. Make sure to check out the stream, twitch.tv/Tandy. I'm live most weekdays around 1 p.m. Eastern US. We play mostly Pioneer. If you're watching this live, thanks for hanging, and we'll see you next time.